not far from here. What? Take a picture. Well, I can tell I'm back in the South. That feels good. Well, what was I saying? Anyway, I grew up in mill towns and mill villages. I still remember really well my grandmother, who used to help take care of us when my parents were working. You know, we'd go up to her house, she'd cook for us, and she worked at the mill some too. She'd make her way over to the mill, work her shift, come back home. My grandfather, who was partly paralyzed from a boxing accident when he was young, also worked in the mill, which was a very hard thing for him. And he worked the late shift usually. And I remember he'd make his way over to the mill and come home. And my own father, who in many ways followed in those same kind of footsteps, worked for 36 years in the mills. And he did it day after day, 5, 6, sometimes even 7 days a week, 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours a day. And the question is, why? Why did he work and struggle and sacrifice? Why did my grandparents do it? Why did your parents do it? Why did your grandparents do it? Why did they suffer and sacrifice and work so hard? You got it. They did it so that you could have a better life. They did it so that they left this country that they loved so much better than they found it. And that is the great responsibility that all of us have. To our children, to our grandchildren, to ensure that we leave them a better life than we have. And we have work to do to meet that responsibility. We do. But if you look at what's happening with working people, with the middle class in this country, I mean, they are struggling every single day. And it's not complicated. I mean, it's hard. The income's not going up, but the cost of everything you spend money on is going up. Gas, college tuition, which everyone here knows about very well, college tuition, everything, health care, everything that you spend money on is going up every single day. And the real issue is whether we're going to make the promise of America that has been available to so many of us, available to all our children, our grandchildren, and to future generations. That is the test for us. And we have work to do to meet that responsibility. We do. It's not going to happen on its own. I met a guy just a few months ago. His name was James Lowe. 51 years old. I'm 54. He's 3 years younger than me. I met him in the mountains of Virginia. He lived in the Appalachian Mountains. And we're early in the morning. We're sitting around a picnic table. And he told me the story of his